wedding day, with all the panoply of state to thrill the awaiting 500,000 well-wishers, many thousands of whom have waited all night, and a typical November day to mar what would otherwise have been a brilliant ceremony. Their Majesties the King and Queen, with Prince Valdemar of Denmark, brother of the late Queen Alexandra, leave Buckingham Palace, followed a few moments later by Princess Marina, soon to be the Duchess of Kent. This is the first time for nearly 600 years that an English prince and a princess from across the sea have been married in that hallowed building, Westminster Abbey. And today the splendor of the state coach, the dignity of the escorting cavalry, and the beauty of the silver and white bride seem to relieve the grey and mellow grandeur of that historic abbey. Never before have we beheld greater crowds. Every inch of the route was lined with enthusiastic spectators. Westminster Abbey, the crowds wild with fervent joy as their Majesties arrive. Next to the bridegroom, His Royal Highness George Edward Alexander Edmund, Duke of Kent, with the Prince of Wales and the Duke of York in attendance. Lastly, the beautiful Princess Marina, whom the whole empire has taken to their hearts, and who will, as she leaves, be the wife of the King's third son. Within, amid scenes of dazzling splendor, the marriage service is performed by the Archbishop of Canterbury, after which the Duke and Duchess of Kent leave the Abbey. The rapture and enthusiasm of the cheering throng's welcome of the royal couple shows a depth of affection surely unequalled anywhere else in the world, for the loyalty to the royal house of Britain is a thing of wonder to the foreigner and of pride to ourselves. Of her place in the hearts of all Britishers, the new Duchess has ample proof. When the glittering cavalcade passes Hyde Park Corner and turns into the Green Park, the crowds seem even greater. Her Royal Highness, obviously deeply touched by the reception extended to herself and the Duke, repeatedly waves to the throng. At Buckingham Palace, there were scenes of unbelievable enthusiasm. Surely never before have there been such crowds. Countless thousands awaiting a glimpse of their new princess. A sea of faces, expectant, turned towards the balcony. The excitement rises to a fever heat. And then the Duke and his bride appear, a radiantly happy couple, to be greeted by a burst of cheering that could be heard a mile away, a spontaneous demonstration of happy, affectionate, and loyal emotion. Paddington Station, gay with flags and flowers, was packed, except the platform from which the honeymoon train was to depart, carrying the Duke and Duchess of Kent to Himley Hall, near Birmingham. It was dark when the royal couple arrived, having driven from Buckingham Palace in an open carriage, drawn by the famous Windsor Greys, through a cheering lane 10 deep, who waited to speed the honeymoon couple. His Royal Highness bore traces of the happy departure from home. His coat still carried some of the rose petals which had been showered on them by guests as they started from the palace. After a number of presentations had been made to the Duke and Duchess, they entered the train, which will be drawn by the famous engine King George V. So they start on their new venture, carrying with them the heartfelt wishes of us all.